Well, good evening, everybody.
Welcome to our Jets of Time race tonight. This is between Dipwood and Chocosura. I'm joined by UnqualifiedKoala on commentary. My name is Proccy, and we have Azurikale on tracking. Good evening, everybody.
Yeah, it's going to be a great race. Boss Rando plus race flags. I'm really excited for it.
Okay, so we're ready to start then. All right, everyone, we're going to get started any second now. Good luck to both our racers, and yeah, it's going to be a nice one. Boss Rando. I'm really excited about some of these new features that are in the new version of Jets.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, there's been a lot of really good changes. Boss Rando's super fun. It's only a single target bosses. I found out recently that Russ Tyranno's head counts as a single target boss.
Oh yeah, that is true. Yeah, for sure. So it looks like we have a Chrono and a Luca start. That's, it's pretty good. They have some good dual tech. Looks like we're having some technical difficulties, but that's okay.
Alright, and the runners are getting started.
Yeah, you can blame Procky for anything that goes wrong during this stream. Anything at all. We got Dipwood going into desert for his early desert check. That's always it's a pretty good thing to do. I mean, I learned it from Moon Blizzard. It's just sets you up pretty well with some gear to sell or wear.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, tricky movement, but it usually is worth the time. Going right for a character check in the burrow here. Ah, Robo.
Yeah,
We see
normally,
sorry.
that happens, eh? Yeah, now I forgot what I was going to say.
Well, I was just going to talk about the power tabs, how they've been upgraded to either 3, 5, or 7 power. And so I was just noticing Chocosura picking up some power tabs. Those will be really nice later on.
That's right. Usually, before that change happened in the other version, like I would skip a lot of power tabs and magic tabs because, you tend to only find a few, and you can gain more power by just gaining a level at the end, during your last grind. So but now that, if a power tab even gives you +3, it makes it really worth collecting a few of them, and it's a lot of fun. So it's definitely got me back on finding power tabs and magic tabs. Those seeds where you get +7 are just ridiculous.
I get excited to see Toma's pop because they've got 3 power tabs in there right in succession.
Right? And
In the
if it's
in the
a
Giant's Claw.
if it's a +7 seed, then that's the equivalent of finding 21 power taps.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So it becomes quite worth it. Of course, you cannot use those tabs on the girls and their guns and bows. Maybe one day we
Unfortunately
get hit
not.
tabs. I don't know. We'll see. Probably not.
Ooh, hit tabs. Ooh.
You know, max out the hit and wear a wonder shot on Luca and Prism Specs. That's kind of my dream.
That does sound like a nice one. The classic speed tab from Toma's Grave.
Yeah, I don't go a seed without getting that speed tab. There's a couple laying around. You know, there's going to be another one up here in this house. And, you know, there's one on Denadoro Mountain, for example. There's just a few laying around. You want to pick up all the speed tabs you can in this game. Because it really, I think, is one of the most important things you can do, period.
Yeah, I agree. And Chocosura's starting the cathedral. We're gonna see the 3rd character pretty soon here. Cool classic Cyclone. Good stuff.
Yeah, actually, that's a really fun to watch this vanilla fight.
Awesome. Magus.
Yeah, Magus is frankly a really good finder early on. Takes him a little bit longer than most to actually learn his first tech. I think you need 50 tech points to learn his first one.
Mm-hmm.
But in the meantime, he does have a powerful physical attack. He'll be able to one-hit anything in Cathedral, any regular monster that is. And then, you know, mid-game he becomes pretty useful. He's pretty versatile. Of course, he can cast any type of magic. So, you know, if you need lightning for Nizbel, he's got lightning. If you need ice for desert, he's got ice, you know.
A very helpful fellow.
So I wonder if that power tab didn't roll super high, because Choco did just skip picking up a power tab.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Not sure if he checked or if he cares. But I would certainly be considering it in a seed like this, where you start out with Chrono. You know, if you do get a Chrono start, you might be thinking about, you know, I want to develop this character and keep him into the end game. That can depend a little bit on gear with Chrono, but if you get him started early, it can pay off, especially with power tabs.
Yes, indeed. I can fuse Fire Sword 2. That's a really good move.
It's like Choco is just trying to get through Cathedral basically as fast as possible. He did pick up a few things on the left side there, and when he takes that, he did pick up that Nagaet Bromide. That's what triggered the triple hench fight there. He's going to be able to redeem that later for a speed tab, magic tab, and power tab.
Yeah, that's a really nice find. And it's a little bit of tech points towards your 3rd character's next tech, so that's always nice.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, and I missed what dipwood. Oh, he's just triggering the bridge. Sorry. So in order to do the Zombor fight, you do have to first talk to the Knight Captain on the bridge, of course. It's just like vanilla. You get the news that they need that jerky, and then you go talk to the chef after in order to trigger the actual Zombor fight. So that will be probably coming up for both runners as soon as they're done with Cathedral. Chocosura is, of course, a little bit ahead in that regard, but Dipwood did a little bit of extra checks, of course, before this, so we'll see how this evens out, and it probably will pretty soon.
Yes, we're gonna see the first, well, yeah, it looks like he's going in, so we're gonna see the first randomized boss. We'll see who replaced Yakra for the day.
Oh yeah, no matter how many times I play a boss randomizer seed, I always forget, that it's randomized.
You just
I always
run right in like, yep.
I prepare like I'm gonna fight the vanilla monster in that spot. Sometimes it is the vanilla monster in that spot, but yeah, you just never know what to do. Not that you can do much at Yakra. I mean, he's only got about 900 HP anyway, or roughly 900 if it's randomized. So, you know, honestly, no matter who rolls here, like, you should be able to dish out that amount of damage most of the time. Not always.
Yeah, it is balanced really well, and I think so at least.
It's I'd say, you know,
they'll just throw the full boss just in the place, whereas this one actually scales it down.
Yeah, actually, this is one of the worst ones you could roll, I think, unless like Chrono has lightning. This could get tricky. Napalm on Luca, that's okay. That's gonna do a bit of damage. But as you can see, Nizbel's wearing down their hit points very quickly here. Looks like Choco's going to try and hang on and beat this. You know, I noticed he saved at not the save point right before Nizbel, but the save point in the other part of the cathedral. If he has to reset out of this, he's going to save a little bit of time because of that. And I'm going to make a note.
Yeah, that's a nice move, yeah. I like that.
Because frankly, if I showed up here without lightning, I would want to nope out pretty quick. And as you can see, Nizbel is, Chrono's down. So, and now Dipwood is dipping out of Cathedral. Wow.
Looks like he just wanted the bromide.
Yeah, he's got to be pretty happy with his team, in other words. And now it could bite him if he needs Robo or Marl or Frog.
Yeah, one of the best characters could be back there.
Oh, Choco took Nizzy out. Whew. That was...
Sure did, yeah. Napalm was enough.
Great.
Guess we'll get to see the fourth character on Choco's side, and we'll get to see the jerky check over on Dipwood's side.
Yeah, that's right. So when you go talk to the chef here to trigger that the bridge quest and the Zombor fight, etc., normally he will give you the jerky in vanilla. Of course, that is randomized, so we're about to see a random key item here. And if it's not satisfactory, he may reset. But he finds the chrono trigger. And that's one of our, progression-based key items, whatever you want to call them. That's going to unlock Go mode.
Yes, right up into the Black Omen to fight Zeal 2 as the last boss.
That's right. For a few of the Go modes that we do have available, there's technically 3. There's a different combination of key items to unlock each Go mode. So far, Dipwood has more progress in that department. Choco has just picked up Marl, and that's pretty nice, I have to admit. He's got Chrono, he's got Luca, and Marl complements that very nicely.
Yes, indeed, I agree. Antipode, a really good move.
Yeah, you get.
And if Luca learns Flare, you can get the Antipode 3, which is everybody loves that attack.
Yeah, you get that great magic output. You get, confused with Chrono if he has a good enough sword. You get some good physical damage as well. And then, of course, Chrono and Marl go together for Aura Whirl, which is a powerful AoE healing spell, which typically comes in almost essential for the final boss fights. You almost always want to have some kind of AoE heal, whether it's, a simple spell or a pile of lapises. You need something. So now they're both on the bridge at the same time. Dipwood may be just slightly ahead here, unless he needs Marl. Now, she is required in order to do the King's Trial quest, which involves, the Rainbow Shell and the Yakra 13 fight. You do need Marl for those quests, and it's possible for those progression-based key items to be actually locked behind there. There's 2 key item checks locked behind that quest. Without Marl, you can't do it. That could end up giving Choco an advantage here. But we'll see. We'll just have to see. Dip might have gotten very lucky by skipping that in the end.
Alright, getting up to the Zombor fight, which is generally really easy if you make sure to kill the top part first.
Yeah, even with, like, if you have a very weak team, you should be able to get through this fight by just simply attacking the top first and then the bottom. It's pretty foolproof at this point, as long as you're, at least level 5.
If you want to use magic, you can use ice on the top and fire on the legs, but it'll heal if you misclick.
That's right. I forget forget how the other 2 work, because lightning and shadow also work on it. I just can't remember in what order now. But I typically am using ice or fire. Like if you have Luca, this is a great time to bust out napalm, such as Dipwood is doing.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And if you by chance have flare learned already, you can probably
getting flare early.
one-shot it.
Getting flare early is really nice, except for all the ethers you have to make sure and have early
That's
game,
right,
because you'll use all her MP right away.
And even if you do have like gold to spend on 99 ethers or whatever, like of course it's gonna spend. You have to spend time, like constantly healing. So like that's gonna just take time off your final time. But there are seeds where you just don't have a choice. You'll say you roll a team like what Dipwood has here, but you'll end up with Flare, Luminaire, and Dark Matter as your first 3 techs, and you just don't have a choice. You have to use them.
Indeed.
It's funny, when I said Magus Azur, I looked at the tracker and noticed he wasn't there, and then it clicked on, so I guess I did help.
Whoa. Oh, we see some tab usage from Dipwood. Looks like he's committing to Luca.
Yeah, for a lot of players, we generally see a love for Luca, and if you are sure you're going to use her, like, give her speed tabs as soon as you can, because of course she starts at 8 speed and it's painfully slow for most situations. But as soon as you pump it up a bit, she becomes like, she gets right in the fight. I think Luca can win the game on her own, but it requires elite gear, so it's not a strategy to be relied on. But it is possible for her to eventually have enough speed to take care of herself, and
Yeah, if she can't flare it, she can wonder shot it.
Yeah, with a wonder shot and a gold stud or something like that, or even a prism specs, like she can dole out the damage solo.
Oh, nice. Did Dipwood already do the soda pop guy? Was that the Moonstone?
Yes, he did do those checks early. Now, I've been watching Chocosura's last, several races or commentated on some of them, and I notice he does do these checks a little late, and I don't know why or if it even matters, to be completely honest. It may be one of those things, like, you can go left or right, and there's no time save either way. It's just
Yeah,
how
as
you
long
want
as
to
they get
play.
done. Mhm.
As long as they get done. I mean, he's not going to be doing this any faster or slower, depending on his levels, because it's just overworld movement. So,
Yeah, it just comes down to runner's preference.
I think so. So now Choco's going to pick up that speed tab and go for that magic tab as well. I don't always go for this magic tab.
That is a good point, Ozzer Kale makes a good point. Because if you get the gate key from either the snail stop or the carpenter, you can just run up and grab a level 15 character, which is a nice move.
Now that you mention it, there is a serious benefit to checking those checks early. Because I have done that, actually. When I've had a gate key from Carpenter, I will go directly to the past and grab a character, visit Specchio, and, only a few minutes in the seat have gone by, and I'm, like, well on my way.
Mm-hmm. Feels good.
Yeah, the past is dangerous when you're low level, but if you practice all the skips and stuff you need to do, and if you also, another thing is to have a high enough speed to run away from things on Dactyl Nest. Like, if you don't have 12 or 13 speed, you're probably going to get struck down.
So we're getting equipped for the next randomized boss, which will be what would be Hecarim, but looks like we got Yakra 13, so it's going to be a good time.
Yeah, that now if he has, look good. It looks like he kept that amulet on Magus. It's lucky to have one amulet in the party here, because that's the most infuriating thing Yakra 13 can do to you, is just cast chaos on your party member, and it just becomes difficult to kill him. Aside from that, of course, he has some strong physical attacks,
wow. Yeah, between Confused, Dark Matter, and Napalm, this should be pretty quick for him.
Yeah, so it will have this similar HP, not exactly the same as Hecarim would, but sort of in that 2500 HP range. Instead of, I think he has like 5,000 or 6,000 normally. And he gets a nice amount of experience and tech there from that. That is really nice to see. I think that's more than you would get from Hecarim.
Alright, and Chocosura is not far behind either, so he's going to be getting the really good XP as well. Except he's not going to have Luca in the party. Interesting.
Yeah, we may see him put her in the party for that fight, but obviously he wants to level up, I guess, Marl? Maybe Magus is who he's trying to give tech points to right here. Because he's probably still not even learned his first tech yet. Or no, did he? I can't remember. He did on Dipwood's screen, right? Oh no, he's got
Yeah,
tech. Okay.
Yeah. Dipwood had Dark Matter by the time they got to the boss. So yeah, we should see it on Chocosura's soon as well.
He will, yeah. And the Hecarim Cave is a great place to learn those tech. Like, you can get over 100 tech points by taking most fights in here, so...
Mm-hmm.
To me, it's become a popular first stop in most seeds. I used to almost always stop at Denadoro first for the levels and the items, but Heckran is just faster, you get your key item faster, and you learn your text faster, so it may be the better way to go. Looks like Dipwood's headed to Denadoro. It's his only check now, I believe. Oh, aside from Giant's Claw. But that could be a little sketchy sometimes. When you're not a high enough level, you could actually kind of get rocked by the boss in there.
Yeah, especially if it's like Flea or someone that puts you to sleep.
Yeah,
Or does
totally.
any sort of status.
Because, and again, because the vanilla Rust Tyranno has, I can't remember the exact HP, but it's like 5,000 or 6,000. That's how whatever boss you fight there, it'll be scaled up to that. Of course, Flea already has about that much, but facing Flea at a low level, no one wants to do that. Flea is, I hate Flea so much. Oh my gosh. I really hope we don't see Flea in the seed.
Yeah, Flea stare. Yes. Yes, indeed. But you can also put her to sleep. So she's not the only one in the fight who can do that.
You can put her to sleep?
Yes, indeed, with Hypno Wave.
I have never tried that. Oh my goodness, I learned something today. Anything to get one up on Flea, man. Denadoro may be a gamble, but... Oh, Flea Plus is... They do have different status effects. Or they have different stats, I mean. I don't see Denadoro as necessarily a gamble here for Dipwood, because his only other option would be... Wait. So... I feel like we're going to be finding a Prism Shard soon, but you never know. Usually you do find either the Gate Key or the Pendant early. Not always, but it's most likely. So I feel like we most likely are going to see either the Gate Key or the Pendant on Denadoro here. But it could be something heinous, like the Bent Hilt. Yeah, we'll have 2 more options available for each racer after Chocosura is done here, and he is now. But Choco did grab Marl. Dipwood did not. So Dipwood is going to have to run back through the cathedral possibly here, because the key item pool is kind of running a little dry.
Absolutely. And I don't think we're going to see Ret Knight for a while, because he would be behind the Bent Hilt and the Bent Sword in Frog's Burrow.
Oh, did we get a peek into Frog's Burrow?
Yeah, I think I saw Chocosura run into the burrow early game.
So we know Robo's actually in there. So yeah, because of that, we're going to need both parts of the Mass Immune, of course. Reforge the sword, and then take it down into the burrow to get Robo, which of course you can use for the Ret Knight fight to unlock the key item at Fiona's Shrine. I really want to see some progress here on Dipwood's screen. After this, I just feel for the runners.
Yeah, they're doing great. Yeah, with Mega Bone, that fight shouldn't be too hard, and we're going to get another randomized boss on that one, so we'll see who it is in just a sec when they do their fusion technique.
Yeah, considering we're still under 30 minutes on this run, the amount of progress they've made is like outstanding, to be completely honest. You know, the fact that Dipwood is facing Mass Immune at just sub 30, and he's already beaten Heckran, that is incredible. Yeah, that's all I want to say.
Oh, and it looks like Nizbel 2 is going to get shocked. He got some lightning spells for Chrono, so he'll have no trouble with that fight, I'm sure. He might have to keep up on the healing, but
Yeah,
he can definitely take him.
hopefully he has ethers to deal with that, because he should be okay with. I agree with the tech he now has is pretty sufficient for this. But it does look like Chocosura is actually like really sticking with that Marl Chrono Magus team, which surprises me a little bit. But it still could be a very powerful team at the end of the day.
Absolutely, yes.
Yeah, I don't know if I would personally swap Magus for Luca, but it doesn't mean anyone's right or wrong. You have to prove yourself through races like this, and then we can say you were wrong.
Alright, Nizbel 2 putting up a pretty good fight over here.
Yeah, he's having to manage his recovery a little bit here. Ooh, Chrono taking a hit, but not enough to take him down. Nizbel 2 can be a little tricky just because he loves to, hit you with those AoE physical attacks and some pretty devastating single targets as well. So
Yeah.
if you run out of MP and you have to like recover your MP and your HP, and it can be a little difficult, but Dipwood shows true grace in his
Indeed.
success
Dipwood's
here. Yeah.
on top of it.
No problem whatsoever.
And just as he's finishing up, Chocosura's coming in for his fight. He still doesn't know who the boss is going to be, but he has lightning as well with Chrono in his party. We should see him done shortly. Hopefully no trouble.
That's right. I didn't see exactly what Marl's techs are. I don't know if he's going to be able to use her in this fight. It's hard to say. Whether you would take the strategy of, because of course if you hit Nizbel 2 with enough lightning strikes, it will shed the lightning back onto you, but then the defense is lowered. But if you avoid using lightning altogether, that never happens, but you do need to have good magic output. Because even if you don't lower Nizbel 2's defense, you can always hit Nizbel 2 with any magic spell. So we'll see. We'll see what Marl has here. Oh, was it Gate-Key? Oh my goodness gracious. I was watching Chocosura's screen, but I'm very excited to learn that we don't have to do Giant's Claw right away. So here we have Dipwood learning magic from Specchio. Basically, you do have to do this in order to advance beyond your first 3 techs with certain characters, those characters being everyone except for Magus, Robo, and Ayla. If you've played Vanilla, you'll remember Ayla, Magus, and Robo, they cannot learn magic from Specchio because of the time period they came from. And so in Jets of Time, that's been carried over. So, again, Robo, Magus, and Ayla will all be able to learn all of their attacks from the time you find them until the end of the game without visiting Specchio. But for the other four, you will have to go here, do your little war dance, and otherwise you'll be limited to only the first 3 tech that you learn. So there are, I've had seeds where luckily those first 3 techs are actually randomly rolled and exactly what I want. So Marl will come with Ice 2, Haste, and Life 2. Well, there's no reason to bring her to Specchio at that point, but it doesn't always happen that way. Similar with Luca.
Sorry. Chocosura's got the Rage Band going on with Magus over there, getting some free damage from counter attacks. Marley just went down. She's the one with life too, so that's unfortunate, but you should be able to get her back up and keep going. Isbell's giving him a bit of a rough time over there without that Mega Bomb. He's putting out a little bit less damage.
Right, but it does look like he managed to knock down Nisbel's defense with lightning. Therefore, he is able to sneak in some physical attacks there, or was that just Rage Band just working on its own?
I know he had the Rage Band on. I don't know if the counter attack cuts through his defense, though.
Either way, it doesn't matter because Nisbel 2 is dead. And I guess he's going to find the gate key now and be very excited.
Yeah, we'll probably see another trip down to Specchio on Chocosura's side.
Yeah, absolutely. He's going to be looking for, like I said, Marl's. If he's going to use Marl, he's looking for basically only 3 things, and that's Ice 2, Haste, and Life 2. Her other skills are not used if you know the other ones. So, or I should say Aura is also very useful, especially with Chrono in the party, but I'm sure he's going to teach the magic either way. Yeah, Aura, especially a little later on when you're a little bit of a higher level, it's healing for 400 HP and it only costs 1 MP to cast. It's pretty great. And again, if you have Chrono in your party and he knows Cyclone, they go together to perform an AoE heal, which can do, over 400 HP. Healing to all party members. It's indispensable at times.
Yeah, it's a great move to be able to heal your whole party at once, especially after you take a nasty AoE attack yourself.
Yeah, even though you do have to use those 2 turns on it because it uses 2 characters, it can be better than dying.
Absolutely. And so dipwood did some really nice looting on his way into the Reptite lair. Now he's getting some tech points. I was hoping to see the secret tunnels, but I don't know if he's going to go for that.
Yeah, I used to hunt them myself, but unless they just happen on their own now, it's not worth it. I mean, I've been very excited by what I found down there. I found everything from Prism Helm to Prism Dress to Prism Specs to Wonder Shot, but I've also found Mid-Ethers and Full Tonics as well. So, I feel like I got lucky early in my secret cave spelunking days, and now it's broken my spirit just a little, just to the point where I'm not going to be hunting them. But if it happens to open up the second I walk in the room, and you can hear the digger digging when you walk in that room, so keep your ears open, and it's that bottom right evil that will dig a hole down to a secret cave. And there's a network of secret caves. We don't have to talk about that right now, but there are great chests available down there.
Awesome. So Chocosura got his magic, and now he's heading back into the epoch to go. Looks like prehistory. Also doing
That's
the
right.
reptile.
So he did. So the Thomas Pop is at Snail Stop, correct? And he did check it, but he didn't buy it. So he does know it's there.
Yeah, he's probably hoping to go for this without having to buy it.
Ooh, we have a forest maze farmathon, whatever you want to call it. But looks like Chocosura wants some gear. And these chests technically are pretty good, generally speaking. He got a little shafted there. I wonder if he'll check the other side. I think Dip would check the other side too.
Oh, we've got Slash for Nizbel.
Slash can be a little troublesome, but definitely nowhere near as terrifying as facing Flea. Oh, and it looks like Chocosura has gone to that 1000 AD team.
Ah, fantastic.
At some point there, he decided, Magus, go sit on the pine.
Mm-hmm.
And again, I mean, Magus is good, really good mid game. I mean, as you can see, he's helping Dipwood out tremendously here. But of course, if you keep Magus in your party a little too long, he's going to be leeching those experience and tech points away from, maybe your true final team that you really want. And in this case, it looks like Chocosura wants this Chrono Luca Marl team, which is a fantastic team. It does require some speed tab investment. I will admit, you probably do want to pump up the girl's speed a little bit, because it can be difficult otherwise. But if you can afford to do that, it's a great team.
Yeah, you can alternate between Ice Sword 2 and Flare, and then Aura Whirl and Flare, which is a good way to stay alive and do a lot of damage. Awesome. Dipwood's through his Slash fight. Gonna go drink some sweet water.
Yeah, that's something that I didn't know about when I first started playing Jets, and we used to play these seeds where we do like a hard mode boss scaling, and we'd have to grind there for a long time. I'm talking half an hour. and another user, I think it was Ravenous Shark, he was like, you can just go in that hut and heal. You don't have to keep using shelters. I'm like, oh my goodness, you're right.
Nice. What a great guy. Yeah, no progression from Jerky, but hopefully they get a really, really nice item from this here.
Yeah, and Prism Dress.
Prism Dress, fantastic.
That's a great item. It's not perfect for some final bosses. I'll just put that out there right now. Like if you're facing Zeal 2 as your final boss, you might actually swap your Prism Dress off for a black mail or a black vest for that Shadow Absorb, but other than that, Prism Dress is great.
Yep, and Dipwood is he's gonna have to go for that Giant's Claw play. Whereas Chocosura is gonna have to stop in and actually buy Toma's Pop before he can pour it.
That's true, and I hate making predictions, but I just have the weirdest feeling that we're gonna find Prism Shard. And if I'm right,
Shard, not the pendant.
I don't know, but I just have a weird feeling. And Chocosura at that point would probably pull ahead. But we'll see. Yeah, sometimes I just want to see the most even possible match. So I just root for things that even people up.
Chrono's down.
Raster Cecil brings up a very valid point. Neither of our runners actually checked Dactyl Nest, which, well, it could have Frog, I guess, which could give them progress. If they find the Bent Hilt. But if they already know that Robo's at the Frog's Burrow, I'm not sure. You know, I think if Robo wasn't there, we might actually see a Dactyl Nest play.
And it was Chocosura who checked the burrow. Dipwood did not. So that is another interesting difference.
That is interesting.
I didn't see the power tabs number. Did you see it, Procky?
I did not. Power tab is +3.
Ah, awesome.
I think that's the lowest it can roll, but it's still a lot better than 1.
Indeed it is, yes.
And I believe magic tabs can roll between 1, 3, and 5.
I haven't seen 5 yet. I've only ever seen 1, 2, and 3.
Maybe it's 1, 2, and 3.
Or 1 and 3.
Oh, it's 1 to 3. Okay. Chat always keeping me honest. Thank you. And of course, speed tabs are always just +1. They're overpowered as it is, so.
We see Dipwood taking a Rubble fight for some extra XP and a lot of tech points. It just can be kind of troublesome.
I think technically it's supposed to be about a 50-50 chance to hit, but it never feels that way.
Oh, he got it. Nice. And then we got Choco. He's getting his jerky right now.
Yeah, that's got to be disappointing to go all this way to find a fetch item that doesn't even fetch you a key item. It just gets to you, well, in this case, Prism Dress, but Choco's going to know right away that he's going to have to get that Toma's Pop and go Giant's Claw. Dipwood is, I think, gained some time here for sure. He seems even more ahead than he did a few minutes ago. Oh, Chocosura is going for Dactyl Nest here. Oh, interesting play.
Nice.
That's interesting. He just to further confuse us commentators. He knows Robo's at Frog's Burrow, but he's decided to come up here anyways. He's got to pick between, it could be either Frog, it could be Ayla, it could be one of the two. I mean, he's gonna get a character that has speed, if that's what he's after. I don't know.
Yeah, he might be just looking for a team switch. Oh, it looks like we got Golem Boss on Russ Terreno.
Ooh, Golem Boss is kind of free. And by kind of free, I mean he's completely free. If you choose not to fight him, he will run away. And I like that that's in the game personally, because sometimes it's nice to just get a break.
Yeah, it turns out the Rusturano's body is just the background while he's in the cave, so his head is the single target boss. And I just find
Ooh.
it absolutely hilarious.
Chocosura picks up Frog at the Dactyl Nest. I'm guessing that's not what he wanted. I'm guessing, but I've been wrong a few times now. So
Maybe he's prepared if he has to go Magus's castle. He says, I want to be prepared.
maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah. You know, sometimes when you get into a seed like this one, and, you know, we're approaching 1 hour, there's still no clear go mode whatsoever. No clear path. Except for, what are we going to see here? What was that? Oh, it was the hilt? Oh, goodness gracious me. Oh, goodness. This is a Magus castle. Oh, no. No. They could still pick up Robo. They could still pick up Robo and see what's at the desert. Now, that could be pendant.
Absolutely.
Could be pendant at the desert. But it also might not be. We'll have to see.
If they find the pendant, they could find the clone as well and go Omen.
That's right. And it looks like Dipwood is thinking, hey, maybe Frog's up at Cathedral here. He's going to be wrong about that. Boy, this is really turned around. This is very interesting now. Although Chocosura still does have to go through Giant's Claw, he's going to be in a little bit of an advantage here. Dipwood's got to go all the way through Cathedral, fight Yakura, or Nizbel in this case. And then he's going to have to go all the way through Dactyl Nest after that. I think by then, Chocosura is going to be ahead.
I guess we'll just have to see. There's still the possibility of finding the Prism Shard as well, although it seems like that would be in the future at this point.
Yeah, and by no means, if Chocosura does pull ahead a little bit here, by no means does that call the rest of the race. I mean, we've seen races that, you know, involved boss battling back and forth and deaths back and forth until a winner was revealed. So you really never know. Dipwood also going for this not saving at the last save point. Now, this is a strategy I learned from this race. Apparently people are doing it, and they didn't tell me. Because that is smart.
Yeah, it is a really good move.
They didn't tell Azura either.
I just wanted to make sure and showcase it for everybody in the race this week.
That's the best way to do it. They have true showmanship.
Oh no, Moon is he's doing the restreaming for the race, and we appreciate him a lot for it. There we go, Nizbel goes down, no problem.
Yeah, on the plus side, if you do come back to Cathedral a little late, like Dipwood is doing here, the boss fight is always like a second long, including the couple of fights you do have to engage in on your way in.
We have another rebel fight over on Chocosura's side. Hopefully he'll pick up a really nice tech from that.
Yeah, no doubt he's looking for Flare, first and foremost. Or, anything that gets you closer to Flare for the end game, because any, you know, whether you're in the Black Omen or Ocean Palace, having Flare is going to allow you to one-hit a lot of encounters that otherwise might take more than one hit, so it's just quicker.
Yeah, especially if you get all your speed tabs and maybe even a tab and suit or vest on Luca, she can quite literally explode out of the gate.
That's right. Yeah, absolutely. It looks like on Luca, Flame Toss is actually our next tech, and we don't even see Flare yet. We might have a seed here where Flare is the last tech. Well, it's either that or the second to last, but either way, that's a bit of a rough roll on tech. It happens from time to time. There's nothing you can do about it.
Indeed. Oh, we got a Melchior's hut. Yeah, so he is forging the sword. He's going to go get the character from the burrow.
Yeah. So I suppose that means we're going to see what Ret Knight has for us next. If it's not the pendant, then Dipwood is going to actually be forced to go to Dactyl Nest. So he is starting to run out of options here. Chocosura is now, facing Golem Boss and thinking, hey, it's free. Oh, no, he's thinking, I want experience.
Nice. I can appreciate that move there. He's going to let you take it. You might as well take it. Our quick jaunt up to the frog's burrow. And there's Robo. They just need to remaineth there the night. Oh, it looks like he noped out of it.
Huh?
Interesting.
Oh, no.
Okay.
Okay, he wants Frog. He wants Magus Castle.
Oh.
He wants Magus Castle. Yeah. And right now he's really hoping that Ayla is not up here.
Yeah, that would kind of throw a wrench in his strategy, wouldn't it?
Yeah, he knows that he would then have to go back and pick up Robo. But luckily for him, we already know he's going to find Frog. He already has the sword forged. He's already forged the sword. And Chocosura's he's going to pick up the bent hilt right now. So as Dipwood is going to collect Frog, Chocosura already has Frog and will go forge the sword. And we have like a whole new race on our hands right after that. It's going to be even right up and going through Magus Castle. It's very exciting.
Oh man, yeah, this is shaping up really nice. Oh, and he's turning in his jerky as well, so he's going to get that prism dress. Right, easy prism dress for Chocosura there. Then Dipwood's just about, after this fight, he's gonna grab Frog. And we'll see where he goes from there.
Yeah, it looks like Chocosura's just doing a little bit of shopping here. It's good to stay on top of that, especially at this point in the game. You've probably depleted a lot of your consumables, and you just want to make sure you have, what you need. Enough shelters, enough revives. You're probably looking for ethers. Heals is something you always want to have.
Yes, indeed.
And that's nice. He's got a rune blade already to slap on Frog.
Oh yeah, the rune blade is a nice weapon for Frog. It's no Grand Leon, but it'll definitely get the job done.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's one of his best swords, I think. Like, you have like Demon Hit, Rune Sword, and then like Brave Sword is just above that.
Mm-hmm. Dipwood just going right into that mountain. Frog's gonna cut it in half, and we're right on our way to Magus's castle, which is really exciting to see.
Yeah, and even with all of that rigmarole, Chocosura is just slightly behind Dipwood, although he has gained some time here.
There's plenty of time
didn't.
saves. Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say there's many time saves and time losses in Magus's castle. It's a pretty long dungeon, so we'll
Absolutely.
we'll see what happens.
Yeah. It's a long dungeon. There's quite a few tricks here and there to get through it quickly. And then, of course, Magus himself is quite random. You just never get the same fight with him. You never know what he's going to hit you with. So there's definitely an element of luck involved.
Right, and we're first entering in here. Very ominous when you first walk in and there's no music and a bunch of just ghost people.
Yeah, and there's like a reverb delay effect on everything you do. Ping, ping, ping. It's very ominous, and we're about to see why. It's a very dangerous castle that is bad for your health. Dipwood doing the caterpillar or something there. That was interesting. Interesting dance move. I don't know if that has to do with manipulating the RNG, but it can't hurt.
And then we should see Chocosura entering Magus's castle really soon as well. Yeah, still a very close race.
Yeah, and I guess he just actually picked up a Shiva Edge off of Tabin, which is nice. Once you Tabin will exchange 2 items for you. Like, you will get a super high roll. It's similar to the Jerky turn in, where you get a really nice item. So with Tabin, if you have the reforged Mass Immune, he will trade you a nice item, and if you have the powered up Sunstone, he will trade you a very nice item. Chocosura just went there with the powered up Mass Immune, or the reforged Mass Immune, and got himself a Shiva Edge, which is Chrono's second best weapon. Very nice.
Dipwood coming into Slash's room, he's gonna help free them from their despair so he can start up the boss fight. And we'll see who's replacing Slash.
That's right. I believe this is in the randomizer pool. It sure is, and we have a golem. This is always a fun fight. I mean, it's never too difficult if you have what you need and you know what to do.
Mm-hmm.
But he does have a few little gimmicks up his sleeve.
Awesome. And so the idea would be you know, you can do whatever attack you need, but always make sure to end your turn with fire or ice, because those are the two least damaging types of attacks that Golem will copy.
Yeah,
and dipwood
exactly.
definitely has control over that with Fire Sword 2 there. That's a nice move.
Ooh, yeah,
That's a
it's
nice
doing
move.
2,800 damage. This will not take long now. Golem is also one of those characters, or was sort of one of those enemies in the game that is very susceptible to status effects. So if you can cast Hypno Wave or cast Boogie or like hit him with a Siren or a Shockwave or whatever, ideally you can cast Stop on them and then you can just go hog wild. But failing that, there's plenty of other strategies to use. Just don't hit him with physicals.
Yeah, physical can be really scary. Chocosura not far behind at all. He's just about to start the fight when Dipwood's leaving it. Awesome, so you gotta be careful with this little enemy before flee, because it'll take the MP from one of your characters.
Yeah, it's literally the easiest thing to kill because you can just hit it with a normal attack and it'll die. But it will steal your MP. So you don't need to do what Dipwood did, which is hit it with Fire Sword 2. I think you can do 1 HP damage to that thing and it'll disappear.
So we got Golem and Hecarim on screen at the same time.
That's actually really cool to see. Hecarim I'm not too worried about here, although his spells might be just buffed a little bit. It could hit pretty hard.
And then Chocosura doing just what you were talking about, putting Golem to sleep with Hypno Wave.
Yeah, he's so vulnerable to it, like it's a guaranteed cast. I mean, it's not 100% guaranteed, but it's 99.9% guaranteed to cast every time. So it can be a good strategy. It's like, as you see here, like he's hitting him with Ice Sword 2 and following up with a Hypno Wave. That way he won't take any damage. He'll just keep Golem asleep the entire time while he kills him. It's a fine strategy, but Dipwood did it a little faster by using Fire Sword 2, for sure. Oh, it's Ice Sword 1. Thank you, Raster Cecil. That would explain the low damage.
Awesome. And there goes Hecarim over on Dipwood's side. The Dark Matter and Mega Bomb really taking care of him.
That's right. The animations between Ice Sword and Ice Sword 2 are similar, but Chrono does a leap slash not a leap slash, but a spin cut in one and a confuse in the other.
And there goes Golem for Chocosura.
I just assumed it was Ice Sword 2 because he was using it. Because he must have Fire Sword 2 now. But he got through the fight, so that's what counts.
And then Ozzy's Gauntlet is next for Dipwood.
Yeah, that's right. Ozzy, you know, he's kind of a coward, like to fight you head on. And he's like a level 1 trap layer. He's not very good at it.
And the Magus' Castle Seat is turning out really interesting so far. if they're lucky, they'll get some really good loot from those bolt cranks up at the top that you hit to knock Ozzy down. They each drop an item, so if they drop something good, you're guaranteed 4 of that item.
That's right. Yeah, in previous versions, I think it was guaranteed to give you like a lapis or whatever, and that's no longer guaranteed, but it is basically guaranteed to give you something good. And then it will give you 4 of them.
Chocosura is making pretty quick work of Heckran over here. Some classic fire and ice magic. Oh, and lightning too.
Oh no, that's it. I missed Chocosura's strat there, but that sounds very interesting. So if you're wearing a frenzy band or a rage band or whatever, you can provoke that that monster into attack. Like he'll attack you and then you counter him. Sorry, the monster right before flee. They said flee fake. Oh, fake flee. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So if you actually kill him with a counter attack, you won't use your MP at all. That's very interesting.
Could see Heckran going down pretty soon. Meanwhile, Dipwood's into that last gauntlet before he has to hit the cranks. And he should be going on to Magus pretty soon, or whoever is replacing Magus for the boss fight. Okay, fair enough, fair enough. And there goes Heckran over on Chocosura's side. Always get a free magic tab after that, which is nice. And he's on his way through the traps.
Yeah, pretty soon Dipwood is going to be coming up to this infamous room where Ozzy wants to create holes in the floor for you to fall down into. Typically, you want to see 0 holes and get through that room lickety-split. In Jets of Time, you might want to fall once because there are a pile of chests down below that can actually have great gear in them. If you feel a little gear hungry, you could totally travel down there and pick up what's down there. But if you feel like you're all set, you definitely want to avoid those traps because it just eats up your time.
Yeah, and you can fall down 4, maybe even 5 times. I can't even remember how many holes there are. But
Yeah, there's at least 5.
Yeah, it can take a lot of time to get through them if you don't know where they all are.
Yeah, because every time you fall down a new one too, you have to complete one battle or you may encounter one battle on your way out, and there's no way to run away from it.
Very nice, very nice. Star Sword for Chrono. and Dipwood's in for the Aussie trapped in ice fight. I don't really know what to call it.
It's a very intimidating fight that you should be very afraid of. And by that I mean just hit the police.
Yeah, we do see Chocosura going down a hole there, but hopefully he'll get some good loot to make up for it.
Oh, it looks like it looks like that's dropping Megatron arm, which is a little unfortunate. I mean, the only silver lining there is Dipwood will be able to trade those Megatron arms in for gold later when he wants to shop. Chocosura found a few good things there. Shockwave is a good gun for Luca. I don't know what she's currently holding, but that is one of her better weapons.
Awesome, and he's right through this time. Awesome, and we should see Dipwood going right on down to the last encounter of Magus's castle.
I would argue Slasher 1 is a little better than Slasher 2, just for the speed bonus, but yeah, I don't think it matters because he already has Shiva Edge. Shiva Edge came from the Tabin, from turning in the Mass Immune, so at this point I wouldn't expect Dipwood to do that. He still might, but it looks like he may have missed it. Mega Magus!
Oh yeah, he's looking good with that red suit there. In Magus, he will counterattack with AoE magic. And is it random when you hit him? He switches, or is there a way to control it like the Golem? I don't believe there is.
It is random when it switches. It is random. Yep. So you know you're gonna get a different. Like he just got hit with Shadow. It's a single target, but now he's gonna be able to hit him with Dark Matter, and then it'll switch to another random color. But then what we have done with this is, depending on who you randomly roll here, so you're not necessarily supposed to see Magus here. That's why he has like a funky palette. But often you'll find Ayla or Marl or Chrono or whoever at this location. And depending on who you roll, that will determine what their actual like ultimate spell is. So, you know, since it's Magus, we're going to see Dark Matter, but if it was Marl, I think she does Hexagon Mist, which is horrifying.
Yeah, it's a nasty attack.
But you do have a chance after seeing who's here. You have a chance before the fight to re-gear. So if you do have like some color absorb gear, and you know what that, you know, who you're facing and what they're going to hit you with, you could gear up for that. So here you'd like to see blackmails. I don't know if they have any, but if you did, this would have been the time to put them on. It looks like Dipwood is casting barriers, or at least those magic walls. That's great. It's going to cut his magic damage down by 1/3. It looks like Magus is doing Luminary. Oh no, sorry. That was Chrono. Silly Brocky. Magus should still do Dark Matter at the end of this. I think Magus has about 10,000 HP, 12,000, somewhere in that range. And once you get him down to half HP, he's going to go into his second phase, which he's going to risk casting a spell. And then he's going to hit you with his strongest attack. And it'll just kind of loop in that way until you knock him down to his final 0 HP.
And there we see it on pretty much right after you said it.
Yeah, Dipwood has definitely done the right thing here by just casting Magic Wall on everybody, and it can make a huge difference. Barriers and shields in general are something I never played with much when I played this game casually growing up, but in Jets of Time especially, they are just critical. I won't even, go very far in a seed unless I know I have a few barriers and a few shields in my inventory.
Yeah, very useful items. And we got Chocosura entering his fight too, so yeah, very, very close. But we'll see if he has a... Oh, he has Luca in. Oh, he's running OG party, I forgot for a little bit. Oh. Here we see him gearing up for it. Putting on some magic, not absorbing, but a little bit of a helpful magic defense equipment.
Yeah, just trying to get that magic defense up a bit. It generally helps through this whole fight because he just hits you with so many different magic spells.
There we go, good fight from Dipwood.
Yeah, very nice. Magus is down on Dipwood's screen, so with that, he actually is able to go straight into the Ocean Palace. No Ruby Knife required anymore. As long as you fight Magus to get to 12,000 BC, you can just go straight into the Ocean Palace. So that's basically what we're going to see. He's going to do a little bit of shopping before then, pick up a speed tab, and then head right down in there. This is also another method of getting to the end of time. If you end up with a seed that has no gate key and no pendant, but it does have Magus Castle, you can actually go into the portal you just saw Dipwood turn away from. It will take you to the end of time. You can learn magic that way. I don't recommend playing a seed like that. I've played a couple now, and they're not great.
Magus's castle without magic, yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see what the new shop has.
This is your last chance to shop before fighting that M boss. Nova armor is a very nice thing to find here. It's the second strongest armor in the game, probably for the boys, but it actually comes with a nice perk, which is it protects status. So I love Nova armor. You can protect your status with an armor, and then that frees up your accessory slot. So when you face Lavos at the end of this, you want to have some kind of status protection. He's going to be casting status ailments at you, and in a very random way. It's not predictable, and so at the very minimum, you want one amulet on somebody. And if you can do better than that, great. And Dipwood has.
Mm-hmm. But you can see Chocosura is doing more counterattack strats with Magus because counterattacks won't trigger his magic switch, but it's also just some free damage when he does that HP down attack. And pretty much any attack you can get a counter on, so it's just a nice bit of free damage.
That's true. Another thing I'm noticing is he did bring Frog into the fight with him, and I do that sometimes as well. It's purely because Frog equipped with the Mass Immune will lower Magus's magic defense every time you hit him, so he might actually have a pretty quick fight here compared to Dipwood's fight, just because of that. It's just going to enable him to do vastly larger amounts of damage.
Well, and here's a Atropos, where the golem would be normally.
Oh, wow.
She's going to be pretty strong in that location.
She's going to be pretty strong, and she can be a little tricky. Like, she likes to hit you with most of the things Robo uses. So, like, Area Bomb is one of them, and maybe Robo Tackle, Uzi Punch. And
yeah, her Robo Tackle hits the whole party.
Oh, it hits the whole party. And she can heal herself, too, which is very annoying.
Awesome, and Magus is down on Choco's side as well. Gonna go straight into the Dark Ages.
Yeah, that was a very clean fight for Choco. But he's still playing catch up. He's gonna have to keep kind of performing at this speed, and he's gonna have a chance here. But boy, I gotta tell you, like, both Dipwood and Chocosura are, maybe some of our best racers in the entire community. And I knew this was going to be a fierce competition between the two. And it's when you're dealing with players of this caliber, it's difficult to count on anything except they're going to just continue executing things almost perfectly as they go along. So you're not going to see mistakes made for the most part. It's going to come down to luck, and those are the only things so far that really have separated these two racers. Like, they're both playing so incredibly well. It's really just luck of the seed.
Yeah, it is fantastic to watch.
Where that might break up a little bit, I guess, is like at the Lavos fight, where or towards the very end, and those last few bosses, we might just see a slightly different flavor of team selection. And sometimes that makes a big difference at the end, too. So, we'll see what happens here. Looks like Dipwood's sticking with that Chrono Luca Magus team. Strong team, strong team.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they're doing great. And the OG party's doing really well, too. Awesome, cruising through Ocean Palace here. Yeah, that is a good point, Oscar. There is no Frog Squash or Dino Tail, so the elevator fights are going to be a little bit more cumbersome. We'll see how they deal with it.
Yeah, I'm interested to see how they deal with it. I guess even though they have Frog, he didn't learn Frog Squash, obviously. So, I mean, the first two fights should be okay. They have Luminaire for the second fight. Of course, we're talking about the elevator, but it's that third fight that can really take the longest. Chocosura actually has a good team for that, because he has Lightning 1, Ice 1, and Fire 1.
Good all-around team.
I'm assuming he will have those, or already does, by then. I'm not sure.
It's a fair assumption, I would say. Yep, Dipwood's getting some levels. So that's probably the best place.
Yeah, you get, 2,800 XP and 80 tech points here for each fight. So yeah, this is a very common place to see players grinding. It'll supply you with everything you need for the end game. Sometimes you'll get here and you're already a high enough level and it won't matter, but you really want to be able to, especially fight this fight as fast as possible in order to grind as fast as possible.
Atropos is over there giving Choco some trouble.
Yeah, she's pissed off.
Oh, but the Aura Whirl. See, everything's fine. I was worried about nothing. Aura Whirl's such a great move.
Yeah, Aura Whirl it's so powerful, but of course you do have to use 2 characters to cast it, but you know, I mean, you basically will every time fully heal your whole party with it, and it's cheap. The only real comparison is heal from Frog, but if you want that, you have to have Frog in your party. Ew, a Frog.
Yeah. Oh, I love Frog.
I know, me too.
Having that single person AoE heal, plus still being able to do, you know, Flare and Fire Sword and all that good stuff. It's a nice setup, I believe.
I did for a long time have a no Frog emote on my Twitch stream, but I had to get rid of it because I came around. He was improved in the latest patch, but also, yeah, I didn't notice that the Prism specs had dropped from Atropos. That is amazing.
Yeah, what a fantastic drop right at the end of the game there.
And a Haste Helm, or did I see Haste Helm, or what was that? Maybe I didn't. Don't listen to me right now. I've been wrong about 12 times so far this stream, so I don't know why they keep asking me to do commentary.
Yeah, Flare is still pretty far away. I don't know if we'll end up seeing it. The double golem does give you a lot of tech points, though, or whatever the double boss is going to be. It gives you a lot of tech points.
Yeah, traditionally you can count on about 450 tech points between the elevator fights and the twin golems. So you could time it out, you know, so that you only have about 400, 450 to go on your final attacks here. Of course, then you have to fight that twin golem fight, or twin whoever we'll see fight without that.
Awesome, and we're down about to see the elevator on Dipwood's side right now, whereas we got Chocosura unlocking the path. I skipped there on those scouts. We'll see if he takes some levels here too. I don't see why he wouldn't. Unless he feels super, super behind.
Yeah, you could say that Marl has been hurting Chocosura, and the big reason I would say is because he hasn't been utilizing haste very much, or at all. I mean, if you're going to have Marl in your party, you better be using haste.
Yeah, haste is a very, very powerful move. And, you know, if you have Confused doing 1200 damage or even just 1000 or whatever, but you haste him, the amount of times you get to use it just adds up a lot.
Yeah, it adds up so quickly. And of course, like, there's a timer involved here. So I think anything that makes you go faster is just good.
That's a fair way to look at it. Right, and we got the biggest pain in the elevator fight just coming out right now for dipwood. You gotta hit each one with a different element if you don't have an AoE physical like Dino Tail or Frog Squash.
Yeah, so if I was in a situation like dipwood is now, I'd probably be doing what he is so far. I'd use single target lightning, single target fire, but I would actually wait a whole turn here and then do it again. So he's just gonna try and race through it. That's fine. He has good HP. Like they will counterattack that, but you know he'll survive. If you wanted to play it just a little bit safer, you could, you know, do those lightning fire, then hit it with ice. Chocosura won't have that problem, but at the same time, you know, dipwood's already through the elevator basically. I don't know how much time that's actually going to save Chocosura at this point.
That seems to be a pretty quick elevator fight. And he's going to be moving on. Meanwhile, Chocosura is still getting some levels over here. Getting to a comfortable level.
Yeah, we'll see where he stops too. I in a race, it's hard to justify actually going all the way to Flare, but we'll see how many like tech points he stops at. You know, personally, I would like to have Flare available for this next boss fight, but again, it is a race, and races mean taking chances.
Very true. Very true. Awesome. Dipwood promptly opening up that bridge, and we'll see what the double boss is here. I'm pretty excited.
Yeah, he got those scouter skips, which we people are so good at that now. We don't remark about it all the time, but it is a pretty tricky skip to do. It's like a 2 or 3 step skip, and it's always delightful to see runners get it.
Yeah, just fly through both of those rooms. Awesome, everybody's good to go. Let's see what happens in here.
Yeah, let's see who we
Masa
got.
and Mide.
Wow. Interesting. Now, this is something I haven't seen yet, so I'm going to pay attention to how much damage they can do. Wow, it may not matter much with that nearly 4,000 damage ice or fire sword too. Oh my
Yeah,
goodness.
that's a good move. Dark Matter doing a pretty good amount as well, just on its own.
Absolutely. He must have prism specs on Luca here, I'm guessing, because that is just a delightful amount of damage. Oh, even still not dead yet. Now, these do have a bit of a higher HP, as I can see. Ooh, they take Luca out with their little slappy hands.
Yeah, that strong physical attack it's pretty tough all on its own, but to have 2 in a row hit the same character, that's pretty rough. But he recovers instantly.
Anything you face here is usually a little bit dangerous, and then times 2. Enjoy that.
Awesome. Then we got Chocosura on the elevator.
Yeah, Dipwood has defeated those Masamune twins. So he's probably going to save here, yep. And then he's going to head into the Lavos Shell fight, which is, of course, the first fight in the 3-part Lavos Gauntlet. And as long as he sticks to his guns here, he's doing a really good job. He's really consistent and clean. He could run away with this race, but, you know, you never know. Anything could happen here.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Oh, this poor new.
Yeah, he kind of goes out like Darth Vader here.
Awesome, and he's going right into the show. Got to destroy the Mammon machine, of course.
Yes, and the Mammon machine is something that... Oh, sorry. I'm thinking of Black Omen now. Yeah, you do have to destroy this Mammon machine. But it's not an actual boss fight.
Awesome, yeah, the elevator's looking good, and he has every element for the scouts. So that should be really nice for him over there. And here comes Lavos Shell.
Yeah, it'd be nice if you could select the ruby knife from your inventory and then use it on the Mammon machine, like a Final Fantasy game.
Oh, here comes the obstacle. Let's see, I don't know how well prepared he is for that. Looks like just a lock on Luca, so that's no problem at all.
Yeah, I believe he does have heals at least. Oh, yep. Oh, and that fire sword too is just doing so much work for him.
Yeah, it's cheap. They're both pretty fast at this point, so you can set it up fairly quickly and then just have Magus heal or do damage if everybody's fine. Which is, yeah, looking really good. Lavos Shell's down pretty quick.
Yeah, really clean fight, really quick. Doesn't even really... If you're doing that much damage that quickly, you basically don't have to worry about healing.
Awesome, yeah, just a quick heal for him. Oh, Choco missed the missed the skip, but he can run. That's nice. A little bit of a healing and a save, and then he's right into Lavos 2. Yeah, he will unleash very dangerous physical boomerangs from his arms. If 2 of those hit a character twice in a row, it's going to be a bad time. Gotta do the chest lasers first, though. Absolutely. Counteract it immediately with a lapis and start doing damage. Awesome. And Chocosura is just gearing up for the double fight.
Yeah, I have a feeling at this point Dipwood is just going to power through this Lavos fight because he's just doing so much damage now.
Yeah, taking a little bit from that Dark Bomb attack, but yeah, this Dark Matter should take out the arm and he'll be you know, he'll just get that obstacle again, but he has 2 status protection items, it seems like, so
Yeah,
yeah, he'll be able to recover right away.
Well, it looks like he only has 1 status protection item on.
Oh, nice.
Unless he had Protective Seal cast on him, I didn't see that, but it is possible for Lavos to remove your status protection. Both 2nd and 3rd form.
Awesome, Chocosura pulling out the flare. Definitely a good amount of damage, finishes off the double boss very easily.
Hi, Zelfra, welcome. You haven't played Boss Rando yet.
Yeah, Boss Rando is a really good time. So he has Chrono and Luca poisoned. Went a lot of misses on that Confuse there.
Yeah, it's unfortunately just a part of the using Confuse. He'll miss. Not in a Fire Sword or Fire Sword 2, but wow, that Fire Sword 1 did 3,400 damage.
Yeah, that's Lavos 2 for him. He's moving right on to the core fight. Yeah, it's looking pretty good for Dipwood here. Let's see if he can get past the core.
Yeah, this is truly like where things get tricky because Lavos as a final boss is so random. He can do so many different things to you, and it's so unpredictable. You just have to be strong and, you know, pray a little bit.
Very nice menu there.
Yeah, you got the menu glitch. There's a small window in order to enter the menu there. It's between there's a few of them in the game. That is one of them.
Yeah, and so now we've got Lavos Shell and Lavos Core happening at the same time. Really good race, really close.
Yeah, so that's what I was talking about with Protective Seal that was just cast on Chrono on Dipwood's screen. So even if Robo was wearing something like Nova armor, that Protective Seal is going to remove that status protection. Sometimes you'll see racers or players not bother with status protection gear much in this fight because of that. I still recommend wearing one piece.
Yeah, that's a fair point. Just so someone can throw heals if it's like a stop or a chaos or something like that.
Yeah, you just never know what could happen, so.
He's got middle bit down and defense down, so that Fire Sword 2 is going to be really nice on the right bit there.
If he does 4 more of those, he wins, because the right bit has 20,000 HP. And those Fire Sword 2s are doing over 4,000 here. So now he's only 3 hits away. And boy, they are just, their turns are coming fast. They must have haste on. I think he did find a haste helm or 2.
Lots of Fire Swords happening to both the shell and the core. Right, Chocosaurus is moving on to Lavos 2 now.
And dipwood might even have time here to finish off the right bit before it puts its defense back up. That's an exciting finish for him because, boy, does it go with the theme of his run. It's just been consistent and clean and quick, all of his boss fights. And you don't see a much quicker, cleaner Lavos fight than this.
Oh, yeah.
That was
GG's,
just
dipwood.
incredible. Yeah, GG's.
Someone we got OG team about to get chest lasered by Lavos 2.
Yeah, even though we've been focusing on dipwood for a while, Chocosura also has a team that is so appropriate for this fight. I mean, he's going to be able to deal so much damage so quickly, and this should be also a very clean and quick fight.
Yeah, oh yeah. Didn't get both arms, but the Anapo 3 Luminaire took out one arm, just like that, so...
Yeah, I would have hoped to see both arms get taken out by that, but, you know, as long as you take out that one arm early enough, you won't actually be getting hit with those boomerangs of death.
Mm-hmm, yeah, those are very gnarly, those boomerangs.
Yeah, typically if you're able to survive the boomerangs, you know, you have a better chance for the rest of the fight to win. But if, you know, 2 out of 3 of your party members die from the boomerangs, which isn't uncommon, it can happen. It can be very rough. Chocosura has learned, or he may have learned about the lock from the previous fight, but the first Lavos shell fight and this one do share that obstacle. And it's random, but it's the same for every seed. So this seed happens to be lock. You could get a different seed that has chaos or poison or slow or lock. I mean, stop. And I know everyone in the chat. I know everyone here knows all these things, but I like to say all of this just in case someone new happens to stumble across this video later.
Mm-hmm. I get some MP back. I'll see that fire damage attack. I wish he would do that one more often. That's a nice attack, Lavos. Just a little fireball.
Oh, yeah.
Awesome, and he's down.
Yeah, that's great. Chocosura heading into the core fight, and you know, we're still under 2 hours, so frankly, if Chocosura gets this in a sub 2, it's still an amazing time for both runners. Anything sub 2 is what you want to see,
Mm-hmm.
you know, to feel good about yourself.
Yes. Especially on a boss rando too, with how many loops get thrown at you. Yeah, these guys have been doing amazing. It's been awesome to watch.
Yeah, this seed too, like, they didn't really get lucky. They got lucky with Golem boss being at Giant's Claw, but other than that, like, they had a lot of challenges throughout this race.
Right, we'll see Chocosura handle Lavos core. I'll be honest, I am hoping to see one of those delta attacks, but I don't know if we will.
Not sure whether we have a plan to get Dipwood in here for an interview or not, but I don't know how we get him in here. I'm bad at computers, guys. Yeah, that's right. Sulfur, so don't tell anyone, but if you have a crisis arm on Robo and a pile of +7 power taps, you may be able to do the most damage you've ever seen in your life. But don't tell anyone.
Well, so we've got a life 2 on Luca over there right when middle bit went down. That's not the worst time.
It's not the worst time for that, and it's great to have, because obviously you revive with max HP. And sometimes that's actually a good way to get rid of a status ailment. I know it sounds funny, but if someone's near death and they have a lock or a stop on them, you can just let them die and then revive them with life 2. Nice, Chocosura using haste, which is definitely what you want to see when you have Marl in the party.
Oh yeah.
Probably her most, the best thing she can contribute.
Yeah, because those two will be able to unleash a lot of fire swords with the haste on both of them. That's wait time by half. Oh, such a great.
And at the end of the day, we see, both racers finishing Lavos with the same skill, essentially, and actually doing, enough damage. I'm going to say enough, the same damage. They're doing 4,000 plus. But that's enough to take him down in 5 hits, so.
Yeah, just totally different ways to get there, but they both ended with that good old fire sword, too. Oh, pardon me, we've got an antipode.
Dipwood, hello, congratulations.
Yeah, GG's, Dipwood. Very, very good.
Yeah, I didn't expect that to be close after I had to do the last possible key item check and last possible character check.
Yeah, if you watch the VOD, you'll hear me saying numerous times, this is where Chocosura is going to catch up. And, I mean, he didn't. I mean, at the end of the day, I think you both had your options narrowed down so much that your times just came down to movement speed and execution, frankly, at the end of the day. You both did so well.
Well, looking at the stream, I think party comp is a big factor. Magus is just so fast. I gave him the dash ring, so he was able to just be my chemist.
Yeah, that's something we talk about that a lot. Speed is.
I don't even think it's worth casting Dark Matter at the end there, because it's it just takes time and it does half the damage of the other ability, less than half. And also, I never got Flare, so I was like, okay, Prism Specs on Chrono then, and I guess that was actually the better move.
I was actually surprised how well those Prism Specs did on Chrono. I didn't know they would perform that well. I usually put them on Luca in a situation like that, so that was one thing I learned. We learned a few things during this run. Here, I want to bring this up. This is a personal question I have. In Cathedral, we actually saw both runners use the save point that you wouldn't normally use. So there's one right by Yakra, there's one just before that. And both of you saved at the one just before that. Was that on purpose?
Did I?
Yeah, okay. I guess not. I guess it wasn't on purpose.
It seemed like so you could nope out faster.
Yeah, if you had to reset on that boss, on the randomizer boss thing, you'd actually be able to get out of Cathedral quicker on that reset. So we saw both you and Chocosura save on the save point. Not the closest one to Yakra, but the one before it. So if you did that unintentionally, congratulations. I think you discovered a new fun strategy.
Well, I mean, if it's a boss you don't like, Yeah, I guess if you're planning to finish Cathedral on the first pass, that might be a good place to save. But I was there a lot later, so it didn't matter what the boss was.
Yeah, that is a good point.
Oh, that's true too. Yeah, that is true. We also we have Chocosura with us now. Congratulations, Chocosura, on a great run. You both got a sub 2. Unfortunately, you got second place here, but you know what? You both played so freaking well. It was a pleasure.
I can tell you why I got second.
Okay, tell me why.
One, I did not use fog on the elevator. That cost me a lot of time. Well, I didn't get magic form in the first place, so that was my first mistake. Two, I didn't pick up Thomas Pop until I did everything else and realized that progression was there. So that cost me some time. I really don't. I don't like doing Thomas Pop early anyway, but unfortunately, it was the way forward. So it is what it is.
Mm,
I,
I
I'm,
mean,
I,
I did Thomas Pop last too, and I also didn't have a frog elevator.
oh, so what team did you use?
Magus Ayla, no, Magus Luca Chrono.
Oh, you used Magus. Okay.
Yeah, Magus Speedy Boy. I gave him the dash ring and just put him on chemist duty while I did 4200 Fire Sword 2s.
Oh, I see. So did you use them like throughout the majority of the seed or just?
Yeah, I noped out of Cathedral and came back later to see if it was Frog. So I just had the 3 Magus Luca Chrono most of the time.
Oh, I see. I did Cathedral on the first run through and got Marlin. I used pretty much the OG team.
I think
Uh,
the difference was he had Dark Matter in his first 3.
yeah. Yeah, but see, the reason I didn't use it that much is because I didn't have a lot of ethers for him. So, mid ethers, I should say. So I didn't want to spend half the seed feeding him ethers and whatnot. So,
That's fair. Oh, by the way, when I was doing Golem Boss, I went to get a drink.
oh, oh, you didn't bother fighting?
No, that
Oh.
spot has a lot of HP. I didn't bother.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good strategy as well, Dipwood. If
I
you get
mean,
Golem Boss, you get to go, grab a drink or bio or whatever.
yeah, he gave 100 tech points, didn't he?
Yeah, he was actually really. I noticed you fought him right away, and I was like, okay, there's a reason for this. And yeah, you. I don't know if it was 100. I can't remember,
I
but it was
might
worth
have
it.
been.
It was definitely worth it
I
because
know I got some techs off of him, so
you may have killed him faster than he runs away. So just
yeah,
that in itself.
yeah. I mean, he does give decent XP and TP if you can kill him, but I mean, sometimes it's not worth killing him. So
Yeah, I mean, you're probably doing a lot of animations, doing all the damage.
yeah. Hmm.
I think it's only worth it in a low HP spot.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So yeah, if that's all, I'll be hopping off. GG's.
Yeah,
GG.
great job. Mhm.
Yeah, thanks so much, guys, for showing up to race and promoting this lovely community we have here. And congratulations.
Oh, also, I hope Moon Blizzard saw me do the bat skip without having to go up.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I told him you don't have to go up and then down. You can just go down. The only reason you get the fight is because you're usually running all the time and you go left like too much. It's kind of frame perfect,
Yeah.
like the Dactyl place.
Oh, which basket?
In Hecarim Cave, you can just go down as long as you just don't go left too much. You won't trigger it.
Oh, the one right before the last room or
Yeah,
the last set of bats.
yeah.
Oh, I've been going down right there. Right? I didn't know you could go up there.
Oh, well,
No, I seriously did not know you could go up right there and skip those. I've been going down this whole time.
well, people are going up and then down.
Oh, okay, I see. Yeah, I've just been going down, hugging the wall, and then I've been getting it every time, so I didn't know you could go up and down right there.
Nice, yeah.
Oh, I did wanted to ask a question to Moon. Did you know about the skip adaptiveness at the last encounter after the 3.0 patch? Like when you hug the left wall and then you do the skip the normal way? Y- For the last fight.
The last fight at deck to nest. Mm, the one that you have to be 2 pixels off?
I think that's yeah, it's the last one, the last
Yeah, the
encounter.
last one. The way I do it, it's the same way that I do the previous one. Like you just have to hug the right corner wall and then go up all the way, then go down to the middle, and then 2 pixels to the left, the same way that you do the previous one. So 2 pixels for both of them. If that's the one you're talking.
Yeah, I think so because I think the encounter trigger was moved though, wasn't it? Or was it an added trigger? I'm not sure. But I know there's an earlier encounter trigger right there now
Oh,
that you can skip.
that may only happen in character locking mode.
Yeah,
Is it
I think the one you're
notified?
referring to is only on character locked, I think.
Oh,
Did you play the async?
oh,
The
okay.
character locked async from dipwood? Maybe that's it.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah,
I did.
I think that's the thing, because if you don't have the dreamstone,
Yeah.
then this that will not work, I think.
Yeah, they did it in a good way where it's
So it's
in
just for
char-
character locking then.
yeah, in
That,
character
Yeah.
that
locking.
makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you
Otherwise, you can
can
still-
you can actually skip that in character lock too.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, I don't
It's-
know. I really don't know about that. I think that was a thing on 2.0. I haven't played locked characters on 3.0,
Well-
so I'm not sure. I'm not
No,
sure.
it you definitely can skip that on 3.0 if you hug that left wall and then do that skip the normal way.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
I'm gonna look into that.
It's kind of like a 2-part skip now. You have to skip the first trigger and then skip the second trigger, the second
Okay.
trigger. So you can definitely skip that.
Cool. Well, with that, I guess let's wrap it up. I mean, that was a great race.
Indeed it was.
Yes, it was.
Indeed it was. Appreciate you all.
Yeah, it was a pleasure commentating with you on Qualified Koala. It was a pleasure meeting you, and I look forward to more events like this in the future.
Yeah, the Jets of Time Twitch is awesome.
Yeah, thank you
Glad
all.
it got started up.
See you next time.
Good night, everyone.
Yeah, have a good night.